Good day, my name is Bas Eickhout, and first of all, my apologies that I can't be there with you today in Brussels. I have my work this week here in Strasbourg, so that's why I'm also here calling in and talking to you from Strasbourg, and therefore apologies for not being here. I know also in today's conference there will be a lot about the Green Deal and the policies in order to bring Europe to climate neutrality. That was, of course, the big project of the previous European Commission and European Parliament. And let's be honest, from a green perspective, we put a lot of legislation in place to deliver towards climate neutrality. This term, there's a lot of pushback. There's a lot of questions, should we not revert some of these policies? And it's very clear our big fight now is to make sure that policies remain in place. We are on the course towards climate neutrality, and that of course also we will not change any of this. And that's one of the big fights we're going to have and we are having right now here. In order to achieve climate neutrality, we also need to store carbon, because there will also be in 2050 some of the emissions from industry. So this means it's going to be very important to store carbon in the ground, in trees. And therefore projects like Life Terra's planting trees is super important to work on. And that's also certainly a project that we and I, from a green perspective, are very much supporting. It also allows civil society to to participate. I think if there was one problem with the Green Deal, it was very much felt like a top-down project, being started in Brussels and then put on people without the possibility for people to really act on it. I think projects in order to plant trees, for example, is exactly a very good example where civil society can do something themselves, can really act and be active and deliver on a vital project like delivering on climate neutrality. So my wish for the future is that Europe is going to be the first continent to achieve climate neutrality, with an industry that has green technology and green jobs to deliver on a new economy, and at the same time a continent where nature restoration is also very visible for everyone. Not only to store carbon, but also in order to allow for climate adaptation. Because let's be honest, we are already quite late with climate action, so it will not only be about mitigation and making sure nature is storing carbon, but we also need nature in order to prepare and to help us to adapt to climate change. And that's really my wish for the future, that Europe will be that first continent delivering on both.
Life Terra is co-financed by the European Commission through the LIFE program.